Hey there. There's been a lot of talk about polar bears lately. And the reason why is that they've recently been added to the list of endangered animals, mostly because the Arctic ice caps are melting, and there's concern about that their hunting habitat is disappearing. And those on the right side of the political aisle have been going nuts about this over the last week. They've been saying, oh, now that you got to protect these polar bears, they're going to shut down building new power plants all over the country. Oh, environmentalists are going to use this as an excuse to cut down on the use of fossil fuels. Oh, because of polar bears, we're going to have $200 a barrel oil before you know it, and $6 gas. Oh, it's going to be terrible. And there's so much untapped oil resources in Alaska. Oh, if we could just drill more there, everything would be fine. Now, that's the part that really gets me. The idea that drilling for more oil is going to solve our energy problems. Okay, this is a world. Here we go, right? Now, if you know anything about fossil fuels, you know that fossil fuels are remains of animals and plants, and the fossil fuels that we have in the world took hundreds of millions of years to get here. And we are using up those fossil fuels at a tremendous pace, at an accelerating pace. And it's getting harder and harder to find more fossil fuel. It's getting tougher and tougher to find new deposits. We've probably found almost all the deposits, and the deposits we have are getting lower and lower, and it's only going to get worse as India and China keep developing. The point is, we're going to run out of fossil fuels, and it's going to happen sooner than you think. So to suggest that we can solve our energy problems merely by drilling for more oil, that makes as much sense as trying to pay your rent by searching for loose change in your couch. That's how much sense it makes. It makes no sense. Yeah, maybe you'll get by the next month's rent, but you're going to have to pay the piper eventually. It's going to run out. Now, I was planning initially to talk a little bit more about different types of alternative forms of energy and the pros and cons about solar and wind power and all that kind of stuff. I decided, let me keep it simple, because I want to leave one image in the mind of anyone who listens to this. And that image is, this is the Earth. Think of it as a couch. And once again, think of all the fossil fuel deposits as being loose change in the crevices of this couch. And we've been picking out this loose change for a while, and we've gotten by, but it's going to run out. It's going to run out sooner rather than later. And look, I know I'll be lucky if more than 100 people even watch this video, but somebody has to say this, because no one's saying it. No one is making this argument. The argument everyone is making is global warming. Oh, we have to stop consuming fossil fuels because of global warming. And I believe in global warming. I believe it is man-made. But ironically, global warming may not be a huge problem long-term, and the reason why is that we're going to run out of fossil fuel before it becomes a big problem. I mean, it's not like we're going to be pumping, carbon into the air for the next 500 years. It's all going to be gone probably within the next 100. Probably even shorter than that. We'd be lucky if our fossil fuel lasts 100 years at the rate we're going. So, once again, my point is, fossil fuel is going away. So, we have to think of alternatives. I won't go into details. You can do your own research on that. But it's just a matter of, we've got to invest in it. Just think of how much money we spent on the space program in the 60s. And you take down how much money that was, however much that was, adjust it for inflation, think of how much money that would be today. We don't spend a fraction of that on alternative energy. And yes, going to the moon was great, but it didn't really benefit mankind in a direct way, whereas finding a way to save ourselves from running out of fuel would really help, because, the fuel was gone tomorrow. We're basically back in the Middle Ages. And 100 years from now, it will be gone. So unless we figure out between now and then what else we're going to do, we're screwed. So that's all I'm saying. We need to stop thinking about the short-term profits and thinking about the long-term benefit of everybody. Because, once again, change in the couch, my friends. Change in the couch. Once again, As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.